Well, thanks everybody for coming along to the How to Shrink Your Prostate Naturally Without Doctors or Big Pharma. I appreciate you being here. Okay, so first of all, I just need to, I have to do this because it's the law. So the views I express here in the workshop, they're just my views alone from my experience. I don't give any guarantees that anything I talk about is going to cure you of prostate cancer or heal your cancer or shrink your prostate. There's no guarantees with that kind of thing. I know it certainly helped cure me, but that's just my experience and it's not intended to be advice to anybody else. And I take no responsibility for any actions that you take as a result of this workshop. It's entirely up to you. Always check with a health professional. What you will learn today, healing your prostate, it's a body and a mind game. It's not just, take a pill, it's going to fix this. In fact, I'm very anti-pill. So it's a body and a mind game, but it's a hugely big mind game. And the mind is really probably 90, some people say 99% of how you heal your prostate. In fact, how you heal any disease in your body. And I'm all about, healing your body full stop, not just your prostate, but certainly I know this particular group is all about prostate, and but you can certainly heal any disease, any issues in your body through the food you eat, through meditation and all those kinds of things, which I'll talk about as we go along. But certainly I just want you to be very much aware that it is a mind game. It has a lot to do with your mind. And if you get your mind right, your mindset right, you can do anything, you can heal anything. So I just want to get that, we'll make that very clear initially. We'll talk about my story. Back in 2012, when I started my healing journey. You learn how to shrink your prostate. And again, as with the disclaimer, I don't guarantee anything, but certainly if you follow what I talk about in this workshop, there is no reason why, it can't work for you. If you do it word for word, all the little protocols that I talk about, I can't see why it wouldn't work for you. And then we'll talk about my 8 principles of health, which are really important. And again, if you follow these, there is no reason why you cannot heal your body, because they're really solid principles. I've followed them, for the last 8 years. And as you'll learn as we go along, I'd have to be one of the healthiest 62-year-olds going around, I think, because I just follow these principles. Okay, and as we go along, you'll see a couple of my favorite prostate shrinking, that's hard to say. You'll see a couple of my favorite prostate shrinking foods. In fact, one of them's a juice. And at the end, we'll have a Q&A. Let's start with my story. So my story began back in 2012. Certainly, I'd started noticing in the mornings, we were living up on the Gold Coast in Australia here in Queensland. And I was getting up in the mornings. Like I say, this is back in 2012. I was 54 back then. I started going to the toilet and it was just, I'd start dribbling out and then it would just stop. And I think, but I still want to go. What's going on here? And it was kind of weird. I wasn't sure what the situation was, but I knew there was something wasn't right down there, and I knew nothing about my prostate back then. I mean, I'd heard of it obviously, but I didn't know a lot about, how it worked and how it can affect you. It's just something that I hadn't really thought about too much, although I was aware of prostate cancer and all those kinds of things. But again, I wasn't overly aware of what caused any issues. And now I know it's basically inflammation, which is caused by toxic foods that we eat that has a build-up. And a lot of people say an enlarged prostate or BPH. And I hate saying that word because I can't say it. Benign prostatic hyper something. So I just prefer to say enlarged prostate. That's just easier for me. But yeah, BPH. And it's a build-up of foods we eat. And a lot of doctors will tell you that that just occurs as you get older. It's just a natural thing. Well, it actually isn't. It is caused by toxic foods, a build-up of toxins in your body, and your prostate becomes enlarged through just that build-up of inflammation. And inflammation is what causes 95% of diseases in the body. It's just inflammation. It's just a build-up of toxic foods, toxic energy, and we'll get to that a little bit later on. There I wasn't sure what was going on. Went and saw my doctor. She got me to have a scan down there, and it came back as being an enlarged prostate, BPH. I had the scan, and she sent me off to a urologist, and he decided that we'd do a biopsy. And I wasn't sure about a biopsy, but anyway, doctors always seem to know. So I went along with that. Wish I hadn't now. Knowing what I know now, I wish I hadn't have done that. I had the biopsy, and where I was working at that stage in immigration detention, I was an immigration detention officer. So I was looking after all the refugees in all the detention centres all around Australia. I was sort of flying here, flying there, taking them from one centre to the other, or taking them to flying them back home. I had quite a few trips overseas, taking them back home. After I had my biopsy, I was seconded for 10 weeks over to a place called Curtin, which is in Western Australia, which is a long way it's about 4,000 kilometres from where we live. So I was waiting to hear back from my doctor with my prostate. And I knew there was something wasn't right there. I just knew that there was something. It wasn't all the time that I had this problem in the morning. It was only some of the time. But I knew that there was something sort of going on down there. But because I didn't know a lot about it, I wasn't sure what that was. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, well, maybe it might be prostate cancer, even though I didn't really want to think about that. That thought had sort of crossed my mind that is what it may have been. Anyway, so I still hadn't heard from my doctor, and I was about to jump on a plane and fly over to Western Australia for 10 weeks. So I'd be away from Joy for 10 weeks, which is a long time. Anyway, I still hadn't heard, so kissed Joy goodbye, headed off on the plane. And the first day over in Western Australia, I got a phone call from the doctor, and he said, "Look, Kev, you've got prostate cancer." I said, "Okay, sure." And he said, "Look, it's only about 5%, but there is some cancer in there." And at that time, my mind was like a steel trap. My mind just said, "Okay." It's like it just closed the door right there. And I said to myself, "This cancer is just a trespasser in my body. It's not staying here. It's going ASAP. It is not staying. It is going." And that's how my whole mindset has been right from the very, very start. And I thought, I've got two roads to go down here. I can go down the road of thinking, "Oh, this is terrible. What am I going to do? I've got prostate cancer. Oh, I'm going to die, blah, blah, blah." All that kind of, I can go down that road and become somewhat of a victim and let this diagnosis just rule my life. Or I can go down the other way, the other side, and just say, right, okay, it's in there. It's a trespasser. It is not staying. It is going. End of story. And that's how I was. And anyway, being away, I had to, of course, ring and tell Joy. And that was probably the hardest part. It was probably harder for her than what it was for me, because here I was being away for 10 weeks and having to ring her, tell her what the diagnosis was. And like I say, it was harder for her because my mind was made. There was no way this thing was staying in my body, even though I didn't know a lot about it. And it turns out that being away for 10 weeks was probably one of the best things I could have done, because it gave us time to think about it. It gave us time to reflect. Certainly my urologist wanted me to get it cut out straight away. That just blew my mind. I thought there's no way. And but it gave us time to research. And Joy did a lot of research. She was amazing. Men in their 70s, if you gave them an autopsy, obviously when they're dead, that sort of helps. But 95% of men over 70 who die will have some form or some amount of cancer in their prostate. That is just a fact. What it showed me was that you can live with it. It's not a death sentence, that men can live with it. And there's a lot of men who are having their prostates cut out for no reason. It's just crazy, the world at the moment. But that's a whole other story, which I won't go into here. But that's what I'd learned, that it's something that you can live with it. You can change it. You can heal it. And Joy, again, with her research, came across a guy named Don Tolman, who's known as the Whole Foods Cowboy. Did a lot of research on him. When I got back after my 10 weeks, I went and saw Don. He does like workshops, seminars, that kind of thing all around the world. Went and saw him. He was amazing. He actually asked me if I'd had a biopsy, and I said, "Yeah, look, I have." He said, "Oh, sorry to hear that." But he would have preferred me not to have, but he put me on this particular protocol, and it was just amazing. And that's all part of the 8 principles of prostate health that I'll get to very shortly. So I came back, and I started going on Don's protocol, and I didn't go back to my urologist. I just said, no, look, I'm just going to look after it myself, basically. He wasn't happy. I just thought, no, I'm not going to just get it cut out for no apparent reason. I got back home, felt very positive. Like I say, Joy done a massive amount of research, and we realised that I can heal this myself without having to go through, doctors and all that kind of thing. I was a fit, healthy guy anyway. That's myself and my brother. It's up on the Great Barrier Reef here up in northern Queensland. So this is in 2012. I got back and I started on mainly a plant-based diet, lots of juices, smoothies, that kind of thing. Felt pretty amazing, I've got to say. That was the day I got back from my secondment and felt great. I'm an ex-policeman. There was a couple of police horses on the beach there at Main Beach up on the Gold Coast, and I sort of caught up with them. Said g'day. Felt really good. I followed Don's protocol for 90 days. I know within about 60 days of following his protocol, I was urinating like a fire hose. Seriously, it was just amazing. And I thought, wow, what he says really works. And I'll show you the breakfast cereal. That's one of the foods that I was talking about. I'll show you that shortly. And some of you have probably already seen it, but that was massive in shrinking my prostate. I don't know the science behind it as such, but I know it works, and it certainly worked for me. As I say, I followed his protocol. I then worked out my own 8 principles of health and followed them. And up until, as of today, feel amazing. I ran my first marathon last year up on the Gold Coast. I was 60 years old back then. That was in July of last year. I turned 61 a couple of weeks after that. Felt amazing. I'm probably healthier than I've ever been in my life, to be totally honest. And this is 8 years after the diagnosis. Haven't been back to a doctor since. I urinate like a fire hose. There's one thing, if I have a couple of drinks, a couple of beers or whatever, and I can have a few issues overnight, but there's a particular supplement that I take that really helps me with that. And I hardly drink these days either. So that's a good thing. I've had no issues with my prostate in these 8 years. So this is some of the sort of stuff that I do now. I've just finished a 100-day challenge where I was running for 100 days in a row. I'd get up at 5 a.m. And I'd run for 45 minutes. I'd do between 7 and 8 Ks for 100 days in a row. And this was just to challenge myself. I like to sort of harden my mind. I like to calcify my mind, make myself really strong. And like I say, this is really important when it comes to healing yourself, any kind of disease. You have to harden your mind. And I wanted to make my mind stronger. And so I've just finished, I think might be about 10 days ago now. And it's great to start a habit. It is great to, as I say, harden your mind, make your mind stronger. And it's amazing when you take on these 8 principles of prostate health, really going to help you. And it is all about making your mind strong. And this is something that I can't emphasize enough. Never own your prostate issues. Really, really important. And, what you focus on, you manifest. So don't focus on your issue, focus on the solutions, focus on the health part, on what you need to do to make yourself better. I never talk about my PSA. I never talk about my Gleason score. I never talk about my prostate cancer. When you start doing those things, you actually own it. You actually own the disease. And it's a mental thing. I often speak to guys and the first thing they say, yeah, look, my PSA score is this, my Gleason score is this. And I say, look, I don't care what that is. If you're focusing on that, and if you're saying, my prostate cancer, this, my prostate cancer, that, well, guess what? That's what you're focusing on. What you focus on, you manifest. So that cancer or that issue you've got with your prostate is not going to go away because all you're doing is focusing on it. Whereas if you focus on your health, exercise, meditation, making your mind stronger, exercise, all those things, it's going to heal your body naturally. But if you're focusing on your PSA, my PSA won't come down, my Gleason score. As of today, I would never clue what my PSA is. I never get it checked. I don't care about it. My Gleason score, I think my Gleason score was a 4, but that's just from memory from 8 years ago. I don't care about those things. All I care about is staying healthy. And when you're staying healthy, your prostate takes care of itself. It really does. And you'll never hear me say, well, hopefully you won't. If you do, please pull me up. I make an effort to never say, oh, my prostate cancer was this, this, and this. All I say is I had prostate cancer and I got rid of it. That's all I say. I don't sort of go into the nitty gritty of it. And I don't talk about my PSA score or my Gleason score because they mean nothing. And PSA scores are not reliable anyway. So if you are going to your doctor and you're getting a PSA done and you're focusing on that and you're worried about it, all I can say is, in my experience, stop doing that and just focus on healing. Don't focus on the issue. Don't focus on that. That has just helped me no end. Like I say, from day one, I just said to myself, no, this thing is a trespasser in my body and I'm not going to give it any attention. Because as I say, you give it attention and it's going to hang around. It's going to be sitting there thinking, this guy talks about me all the time. This is great. I'm not going to go anywhere. Now that might sound a bit strange, but that's how energy works. That really is how energy works. And you think about it, whatever you focus on, if you focus on being poor, you're going to remain poor. If you focus on making money, you're going to start making money. If you focus on, finding someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with, you'll end up finding them. But if you focus on being lonely and it's a terrible life and becoming a victim, you're going to stay there. You have to focus on and get in your mind, see the person that you want to be, see that person that you want to be, this healthy person, and just focus on that. And that's a really important thing. I can't stress that enough. And that's why I make it the first thing I talk about after my story is just really don't focus on those things. Okay, if you go to your doctor and they tell you your PSA score, fine, but don't focus on it. Just focus on getting healthy. That's a really important thing. And as I say, I can't stress that enough. And as I say, shrinking your prostate is a body and mind game. It really is mind. Mindset is everything, and not just with your prostate, with everything in your life. If your mindset is right, if you're thinking more positive than negative, then you're going to have a good life. And that's where meditation is really important, and it really is a must. Let's get into my 8 principles. So number 1 is predominantly plant-based diet. 2 is meditation. 3 is exercise. 4 is fasting. So fasting, fresh air, sunshine, good healthy relationships, cold showers and ocean swims. They're my 8 principles of not just prostate health, but any kind of health, but certainly for your prostate, they're going to help you. So let's go through these. Predominantly plant-based. One of the things with the protocol that Don Tolman gave me, he said, get off any kind of meat and dairy for 12 months. Just don't go near them for 12 months. If you want to go back onto them afterwards, that's entirely up to you. But certainly for 12 months, just fruit and veggies as much as you can. The thick, whole grainy, grains and seed breads are good. But just, juicing, lots of fruit and veggies. And again, you hear these stories about, I can't have too much fruit because there's too much sugar in it. The sugar from fruit is good sugar. You can have as much fruit as you want. I once did a 7-day fast on just watermelon juice and never felt better in my life after that 7 days. I went and I did a big long run after it, felt amazing. So the sugar from fruits and veggies is the best sugar you can have. The bad sugar is the processed sugar, the stuff you buy in soda drinks, in cakes and pasties and pies and all the the pastries, all that kind of thing. That's the bad sugar. The stuff you get in your cereals, your cornflakes and your Cocoa Pops and all these kinds of things, that's the bad sugar. Stay off that. But fruit and veggies, best thing for you. Amazing stuff. And that's what heals your body. Fruit and vegetables will heal your body. The processed stuff causes the toxins. That's where you get the toxicity from. And that's what causes things like, enlarged prostate. So plant-based is definitely the way to go. If it's too hard at the start, then try and do like 80-20 minimum. 80% really good stuff. And if you're going to wean yourself off the bad stuff, we'll have, say, 20% of that and then slowly get higher and higher. But like I say, if you follow these 8 principles, you're going to heal yourself. I've got no doubt about that. If you don't follow them, then you're going to struggle, basically. And so I really can't stress enough. Healing your body is, you have to become committed to it totally. You've really got to commit to it. Otherwise, you're kidding yourself. And you might be wondering why. You might be thinking you're doing it, but if nothing's improving, then obviously you're not 100% doing it properly. So my advice is to really, if you want to, take it on board and really do it. Make a commitment. I'll talk about this 100-day challenge, which I'm going to challenge you at the end of this talk. I'll give you a bit of a challenge for 100 days, and take it on. It is a challenge. Healing yourself is a challenge, and you have to be committed to it. If you're not, well, you're going to struggle. This is the first of my favorite prostate shrinking foods, and this is the breakfast that I still have to this very day. I'll have some today. I haven't eaten as yet this morning. It's early, 7:30 here in Melbourne. This is the recipe that Don Tolman gave me, and like I say, I've had it. I haven't had it every day, but I've certainly in the first 90 days I had it, but I have it at least 3 to 4 times a week. Like that's over 8 years, and I just keep having it, and I always will, because I know this is a major thing to shrinking my prostate. I know, because my prostate's been great for 8 years, and this has been the one constant, along with juicing and meditation and a few other things. But as far as food goes, this is definitely the major food for me, and it's the rolled oats. And look, if you can get organic, great. If you can't, it doesn't matter. I don't use organic now. I just use the stuff from the supermarket. It's about $1.30 a 1 kilo bag of the rolled oats, and don't get the Uncle Toby stuff. That's full of sugar. Get the genuine, 100% rolled oats. Like I say, you can get organic. I mean, I do get organic occasionally, but the normal rolled oats is fine. Flax seeds. I've had a lot of people over the years say, shouldn't you crush your flax seeds, have them? And look, for me, I don't. I never have. I just get the flax seeds. Again, you can get organic flax seeds from the supermarket or from your health food store. Those little brownie coloured little seeds, and I have them as the full seed. They're not crushed, and that's what I just sprinkle over the top, and they're fantastic. Flax seeds, squeeze a lemon over the top, add a spoonful of wheat germ oil, which you can get from health food stores. If you can't get that, maybe get some avocado oil or even coconut oil, but try and get the wheat germ oil. How it works, I put the flax seeds on top, squeeze a lemon, also squeeze an orange now as well. I like to have it orangey as well. So I squeeze an orange, a lemon into the porridge as it is, and then I will put the kettle on, boil some water. Once that's boiled, pour it into the mixture, pour it into the oats, and then I will add banana. Certainly, most days a week, I just love this breakfast. That's my favorite breakfast now. That is something I highly encourage you to take on that breakfast, because I've got no doubt in my mind that's one of the big things that really helped me heal. I haven't used crushed Brazil nuts for a little while. I must go and buy some Brazil nuts. You just put those in a little NutriBullet thing, or just crush them up, pour them over the top, and really good, because of course Brazil nuts got a lot of zinc in there, a lot of good stuff for your prostate. So, and the rolled oats, excellent for your prostate. Flax seeds, excellent for your prostate. Lemon, excellent for your prostate. All the good stuff, and this is why this works so well. So get onto that. The next thing is meditation. Now, I mentioned meditation to a lot of people. Oh, yeah, I can't do that, blah, blah, blah. Again, healing your body means you've got to change the person you are. You have to change who you are. If you're someone that doesn't meditate, you need to become someone who does meditate, and at least give it a go. And meditation doesn't mean sitting down like this guy is, although it can most certainly. And I do this often. I also go for a walk out in nature, and just walking in nature and just looking around, seeing the birds, the trees, the sky, the sun. That is meditation. When you just take it all in and become present in the moment, it's amazing what it does for your body. And meditation will slow down your body. It'll get rid of your stress. A stressed body is not going to heal, but meditation will help you to heal. So meditation is such an important part of certainly my healing. Like I say, if you're stressed, you're always in a hurry, you're anxious, you're depressed, whatever it might be, then your body's not going to heal because it's dealing with all this stress and anxiety, all this energy inside you that's bad energy. And you want to get rid of that. And meditation helps you do that. So even if you can meditate for just 5 minutes a day, just give your body that chance just to feel relaxed, feel calm, become present in the moment. And that gives your body a chance to heal. And that's a really, really important thing. I can't stress meditation enough. It's like all these things, the whole 8 principles of health, they're really, really important. But meditation is one of the most important for sure. Exercise, again, it's something that you need to be doing. You need to be moving your body. You need to be moving your blood around your system. You know, if you're putting all these things together, you know, you're eating healthy, you're meditating, you're moving your body, you're exercising, that just moves your energy around in your body. That's going to help you to heal no end. That's going to be a major part of your healing. But if you're not exercising, you're just sitting around, you know, you're someone, I'm too old to exercise. Well, hey, I'm 62 and I ran a marathon last year. You're never too old to exercise. You know, when I'm 80, I plan on still running. There's no excuse for not being able to walk around the block, maybe do a few sit-ups, a few push-ups, doing something. And certainly as you get older, it's very important to have that resistance with your muscles, to, you know, to do some weight, just get some light weights or something and just start using them. Like I say, when you get older, you need that resistance for your bones and your muscles to keep them fresh, keep them healthy. So exercise, as I say, it's good for the blood, moves the body around, moves the blood around, moves the body as well. There's a saying that I just love, and that is, if you're not growing and you're not moving, then you're dying. So keep growing, keep moving, keep exercising. Again, really important stuff, guys. Fasting. Fasting was a major part of my healing. You know, as part of this 90-day protocol that I did, 2 weeks of that was just on juice, 2 weeks. That was tough, but I knew I was committed. And as I say, you have to be committed to this whole thing. You've got to be committed to just take this on all the time and just be at it every day. And it is so worth it. It really is worth it. And it becomes a lifestyle. Now, fasting, if you can do 1 day, if you can do 2 days, if you can do 3 days, that's great. If you can do that, say once a month, even just if you can get down to fasting 1 day a week, brilliant. If you can get down to doing intermittent fasting, which means you have a meal the night before, and then from then until lunchtime the next day, you just have juice or water. Fasting is amazing. Again, fasting is going to help your body to heal, because you look at cats and dogs. What do they do when they get ill or injured, or they've got a disease? They just rest and they drink water. They fast. That's what they do. Animals know. It's their natural instinct. And we as humans don't follow our instincts. So when you've got a disease, rest and drink fluid. Rest and drink juices. And I don't mean juices from the supermarket that have got, 25% sugar in them, like processed sugar. I mean freshly squeezed juices. Get yourself a smoothie maker, get yourself a juicer, a proper juicer, and start having some of this beautiful food, because that's what it is. It's just amazing. But juicing is amazing. It's going to help you. Green juices, things like kale, broccoli, even apples, all these things. One of my favorite juices is carrot, apple, and ginger, which is just the best juice. In fact, I know a guy, he's dead now. He died when he was about 95. But from the time he was 28, he got cancer when he was 28. And all he drank for, I think it was something like 60 days. He just drank carrot, apple, and ginger juice, and he healed himself. Amazing story. And so juicing is fantastic for you. If you can do a 7-day fast at the change of every season, fantastic. But again, fasting is something you need to build up to. So just try it for half a day, try it for a full day, and then try it again, maybe a week later or even a month later. Even if you're doing it 1 day a month, you're just drinking juices and water for 1 day a month. That's a great start. And then you can slowly try and do more from there. Healing yourself is a tough thing to do. You have to be committed and you have to want to do it. But again, fasting was a major part of my healing, no doubt. Because with fasting, what it does, it slows down your digestive system. Because you think about it, think how old you are. Let's say, for example, you're 50, 60, whatever, and you've never fasted before, then every day your body has to digest all that food. So every day for 50, 60 years, your body is just working to digest your food. Now, when you give it a break by just fasting, by just having fluid, it slows down your digestive system. It gives it a chance to rest. And again, this is what animals know. And when your body is resting and it's not working with your digestive system, it's helping you to heal. It gives your body a chance to actually heal, to work on what it needs to work on to help you to heal. So that is another really important part. Try and do some fasting, guys. Try and get it into your system, into your routine, but really aim, like I say, if you're new to fasting, just try it for half a day. Try and wake up in the morning and just have water or freshly squeezed juices until lunchtime. And then you can go back on the food. And if you're doing that and you're also eating a nice plant-based diet, your body's going to heal, let me tell you. It's going to help you no end. So fasting, really important. Fresh air. Fresh air is very underrated. You know, if you live in the city, it can be very toxic in there, a lot of smog, that kind of thing. Get out into the fresh air. It is really, really important. I'm also going to include with this sunshine. So you've got fresh air and sunshine. So if you're out in the fresh air, again, that fresh air is going into your body. It's cleaning your body. It's cleaning toxins out of your body, because as the picture shows, when you're in the city, there's a lot of invisible smog that you're breathing in all the time. So every opportunity you get, take a drive out to the country, you know, go walking or, you know, whatever, go running if you can, but get out, breathe that fresh air in. Breathe it into your lungs. Fresh air is ultra important as well for your health. And if you're walking and exercising, even better. It's just going to make you feel fantastic. Sunshine, we all need sunshine, because sunshine is the only thing that gives us vitamin D. And our body needs vitamin D, and vitamin D is important for our prostate. And the best way to get it is if you go and sunbake and let it hit your tummy, because vitamin D goes in through our body through sunshine. And it goes through, the best part of our body is our stomachs. Don't be ashamed of going out and just sitting down in the sun and sunbaking with just your tummy. And again, you'll hear doctors talking about, you know, sunshine's bad for you and it causes cancer and all this kind of thing. Well, my opinion is no, it doesn't. The sun, we need the sun. Everything grows with the sun. Without the sun, there'd be no fruit and vegetables. There'd be nothing. The grass wouldn't grow, trees wouldn't grow. We need the sun. Our bodies need the sun. Now, you don't go out and sunbake for, you know, an hour, hour and a half when it's like, you know, 90 degrees, you know, it's boiling hot. Of course, you're going to get burnt, and that's not great for you. But 20 minutes a day is totally fine. Getting out in the sun, put some coconut oil on. Coconut oil is great for your body, great for your skin. And again, like I say, people put on the sunscreen. A lot of the sunscreens are full of chemicals and they're not good for your skin. They're just not good for you. This is something that I won't go into fully now. A lot of the most skin cancers, what I'm trying to say, are caused by sunscreen. And that's been proven. And yet you won't hear it in the mainstream media because it's, you know, we can't have, you know, we want people to buy our sunscreens. You know, even the cancer councils will tell you that go and buy an organic kind of sunscreen because they're far better for your skin. So get out in the sun. Really important to get out there and get those rays onto your body, because vitamin D, again, wonderful for your prostate. So the sunshine is a good thing. Good, healthy relationships. That's me and my partner Joy over at Lake Louise in Canada on a little holiday last year. Good, healthy relationships. If you're in a bad relationship, it becomes toxic, and that toxic energy gets into your body. It's in there. It's in your body. And as I mentioned earlier, what happens with toxicity? It causes inflammation, and it causes disease. It can cause heart disease. It can cause prostate cancer. So you don't want that toxic stuff in your body. You don't want a bad relationship. If you're in a bad relationship, or you've got, you know, friends and family who are toxic and who are very negative, really think about upgrading your peer group. Because, like I say, if you're hanging around that negative energy, if you're eating negative food, which is all the junk food, all the processed foods, I can tell you eventually that's going to catch up with you. And it manifests itself in disease. That's how diseases happen. It's because of the negative energy, the negative food that you're eating. That's what happens. Just at this moment, I'll just tell you quickly with a thing called epigenetics. You often hear that people are born with the cancer gene. Well, we all are. People wonder why there can be twins who both have the breast cancer gene. They're both born with the breast cancer gene. And one of them gets breast cancer, the other one doesn't. People think, oh, that must just be a fluke. Well, it's not. You'll find that the person who got the cancer smoked, drank, ate junk food, was in toxic relationships, all that stuff. The other one was healthy and did all good, healthy things. So if you're eating properly and you've got good relationships, then you're going to have a great body. Your body's going to heal. It's not going to get diseases. So it's really important to have good, healthy relationships, because that toxic relationship is going to make it very hard for you to heal any kind of disease. In fact, that's going to make it worse. So really important to be hanging around people who are very positive, very supportive. And that it's common sense, really. But a lot of people are in bad relationships and they find it hard to get out of them. But while they're there, it really is going to be tough for them to heal themselves. So that's a really important part of the 8 principles. Okay, now here's one that a lot of people will shy away from. Cold showers. Let me tell you, cold showers are just the best. I've been having them now for 3 years, I would say, maybe a little longer. And after my 100-day challenge where I was running, or during my 100-day challenge where I was running every day in the morning, middle of winter, like, 5 a.m., 4:30 a.m., freezing cold here, I would come home, I would have a shower. The first 3 minutes would be hot, nice hot shower. I'd wash myself, I'd shave in the shower. So I'd do that. And in the last 3 minutes, I would just flick the switch to full on cold, and I would stay under for 3 minutes. Yes, it's freezing, and yes, it takes a bit of getting used to, but once you've done it, wow, you just feel absolutely amazing. You really do. And it is just the most refreshing thing. And it's been proven now. There's a guy named Wim Hof, Wimhof, amazing guy. He put me onto the cold showers, and he's been doing a lot of research. They're using his body in science, and they're proving that cold water therapy helps with depression. It helps with any disease in your body. So if it's going to help you with your prostate, I figure you should be doing it. You should be having a cold shower. Really great thing to do. If you live near the ocean, swim every day in the ocean. Go for a swim in the ocean. Even in winter, just get out there and just soak your body. It is just the best thing for your body to be soaking in the ocean or having a cold shower. I can't stress enough how you feel when you get out of a cold shower, middle of winter, and you dry yourself, put some clothes on, and you think, oh my God, you will feel amazing. Now, obviously, you don't just jump in and just, have a 3-minute cold shower when it's the first time you've done it, obviously. Just build up to it. Have your warm shower, and then towards the end, just slowly put the cold on and try and do 10 seconds. And then slowly build up from there, or even 5 seconds. And, I know a lot of people will say, no, I'm not going to do that. That's just crazy. I can tell you it is the best thing I ever do for my body. It is just amazing. It'll wake you up. Like I say, it refreshes your body. You feel so invigorated afterwards. You feel amazing. You can feel like you can do anything. And when we used to live on the Gold Coast, I'd have my cold showers, but it wasn't that cold up there because it's a fairly warm climate. So I would then go in the ocean in the middle of winter, and that was a bit cooler, and just loved it. Again, the negative ions in the air down by the beach are just great for your body. And just jumping in the ocean, that beautiful salt water, it just heals your body. It just heals your aches and pains. So whenever you get the chance, really take on a cold shower and the ocean swims. Fantastic stuff for your body. Okay, so that's the 8 principles of health. And like I say, if you follow those, wow, there's nothing you can't do. That's what I've followed for the last 8 years, doing all this stuff. And, the plant-based diet, the meditation, the exercise, the fasting, the fresh air, the sunshine, the good, healthy relationships, cold showers, and ocean swims are just amazing. Here's my second favorite prostate shrinking juice. Prostate shrinking. Yes, I love that. Kabbalah juice. This is the best juice, again, for your prostate. Again, I spoke about the gentleman who had carrot apple and ginger juice. This takes it to the next level. This has got beetroot. Beetroot's amazing for endurance. It does amazing things for your prostate. You've got the ginger, the turmeric, and all these foods are all anti-inflammatory. And when you have lots of anti-inflammatory foods, that's going to get rid of the toxins around your prostate. That's going to get rid of that inflammation. And turmeric is one of the best. Turmeric is amazing. Have turmeric whenever you can, because turmeric is an amazing anti-inflammatory. It's amazing antioxidant. And the Kabbalah juice, make a note of that. Definitely I'd try and have a Kabbalah juice at least once a week. And if I'm fasting, I have it for whole days. It is just, and it's beautiful. It really is. You can have as many carrots as you want, as many apples as you want in it. Just have the one beetroot, the one lemon, juice some ginger as well, and either a turmeric powder or the turmeric root. And seriously, it's a beautiful tasting juice, and it is also amazing for your prostate. So that's my second favorite prostate. Well, it's my favorite prostate juice. There's no doubt about that. Okay, so a little challenge for you guys. What could you do for 100 days that would change your mind and your body? What's something that you could do? Now, we've gone through these 8 principles of health. For 100 days, could you, just go on the plant-based diet? Could you just have, could you cut out meat and dairy for 100 days? It would be the best thing for your body. Could you just have the rolled oats every morning for 100 days? Imagine what that would do for you. Meditating every day for 100 days, and put it in your diary every day. Today, meditate, day 1, day 2, day 3, and just go through it like that. Could you do some sort of exercise? I mean, not many people can run every day for 100 days. Could you walk around the block every day for 100 days? Commit yourself, as I say, really commit yourself to these things. Fasting, but could you have a juice once a day? Freshly squeezed juice at least once a day. That would be pretty amazing. A cold shower. Imagine doing that every day for 100 days. As I say, just build up to it. Don't just jump in for 3 minutes. Your body won't take that. But build up to it slowly but surely. I go now for sometimes 4 and 5 minutes without any worries at all. So you slowly build up to these things. But imagine doing that every day for 100 days. So that's my challenge for you in the workshop today. I just want to ask, have you got some value from today's workshop? Has it been worth watching for you guys? Just let me know in the comments here. Have you got some value out of today? So just let me know if you've learned something, or you got some kind of value out of today's workshop. Just leave a little comment in the comment section there. I'd just love to hear if you have got some kind of value today. I'm glad you got some value. Do you mind if I just talk just for a couple of minutes about my coaching mastermind? I just want to just quickly run through this. This is something that may help some of you. It may not. It'll interest some of you. Some of you, it won't, and that's totally fine. But I just want to just run through very quickly. So I'm a life coach. I'm a wellness coach. I'm a mentor. I do all those kinds of things. Just love it. It's one thing I really enjoy doing, is helping people move from where they are to where they want to be. And what I do normally, what I charge people is $497 a month, and we meet 4 times a month for about 45 minutes. They're individual sessions per month. I've just been wanting to change that a little bit. And what we do is we go over all these things, the 8 principles of health. We go really deep on this. I keep you accountable, make sure you're doing it. I'll take you through my 90-day protocol, help you with that. And again, make sure you're doing it, keep you accountable. Like I say, we catch up once a week. But I wanted to do something a little bit different. I want to do like a mastermind thing now and get more people involved, like do group sessions where we would meet once a week on Zoom. So I can see you face to face. We can talk. And a mastermind is all about everyone putting in their ideas, talking about where they're at with their body, even with any kind of health. We just go through and just talk about it. I want to keep the groups, and this is something new for me as well. I want to keep the groups to no more than, say, 7, like 10 absolute max, but a minimum of 5 to make it worthwhile. And we would talk for 45 minutes. We would do like a mastermind for 45 minutes and just chat with each other and hear each other's stories, and then work out how we can help each other. I mean, I love masterminds. I've done masterminds before and really enjoy that kind of thing. Okay, so like I say, the normal fee I'd be charging is $497 a month for something like that. But what I would like to do with you guys, like I say, my normal fee is $4.97 a month. For the Prostate Mastermind, which would be held weekly, we'd have 1 day a week, and they would be recorded. So if you missed one, you could certainly catch up on that. And it would be $97 a month for those four masterminds. Like I say, we get together, we go through the 8 principles, we go through my protocol, and really cover everything off, and really give you the best chance to heal yourself. And again, it's not just about your prostate, it's about your whole body, your whole mind. I mean, like I say, no magic pill is going to magically heal you. It is all, it starts up here. It starts in the mind. Like I said, when I first got told about my prostate, I said, my mind was like a steel trap. It just said, is a trespasser in my body, and it's leaving ASAP. It's going, end of story. And that's the kind of mindset you need to have. So I can help you with that. We can work on that. We can get you on a 100-day challenge. We can get you on a 90-day challenge, whatever it may be that's going to help you. And like I say, we meet once a week, for 4 times a week for the month. And look, you can join for a month. If it's not for you, cancel. No problem at all. It's just something there that, like I say, it's a new thing for me as well. I just want to try this and see if people are interested. I mean, I would love doing it, but it's up to you guys. So what I would do is, if you are interested, just send me an email at 123kevmac@gmail.com. 123kevmac@gmail.com. Like I say, this is a new thing, and I just need to check on the interest first of all. If you are interested in that, just send me an email, or you can leave a note in the comments here that you are interested, and I'll be in touch, and we'll get it happening. It's a mastermind, so we all get to interact, we all get to talk, we all get to help each other, give each other ideas, what's working for you, what's not working for you, and play around with it that way. So anyway, that's something to think about, guys. Like I say, if you are interested, just send me an email at that email address. If there's any questions out there, just fire away. Like I say, if you have any questions at all, just leave a comment in the comments there. It doesn't need to be now, it can be later, and I'll get those answered for you. So thanks for coming. But again, if you would like to be part of that, the mastermind, that's the email address there, 123kevmac@gmail.com. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for that. Like I say, if you have any other questions, just put them down in the comments anytime. Definitely work the 8 principles of health. Work on those, and your body's going to really heal really quickly. Okay, guys. Thank you again. We'll end now. Thanks for watching, guys. I do really appreciate that. And we will have another workshop maybe in a couple of weeks. I'll let you know the topic of that the closer it gets. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you all really soon.